Well, hello, my dears. It's good to have you back. Good to see you here for yet another topic this week. And this week, I want to share with you a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And that topic is love. I love love. Do you love love? When I say the word love, what kind of comes to your thoughts? What do you start to think of? Is there people that you see, places? What's the atmosphere look like where you're at? Do you hear certain things? Is there sounds? Do you smell things? Do you smell aromas of certain stuff? Like, what does love look like for you? And then when you come into it and you kind of start to feel it within you, in your heart, in your chest, what does that look like for you, love? Does it feel comforting? Does it feel gentle and soft? Warm? Love is beautiful. And love always, yes, love always feels good. There's two things I want to talk about that I believe are mismatches for love. And I want to share those with you today as I kind of explore how I see love being in our lives and how we might mismatch it and kind of sometimes even use it against ourselves or against others. One of the sayings I've heard for quite a long time is love is a verb. Have you heard that? So love is action. When you think of love, do you think of people doing things for you? Do you think of you doing things for them? Do you think of them saying words for you, throwing you a party, buying you a gift, right? Calling you up and remembering you. Is that the kind of action you think of when you think love is a verb? Now, I want to share that I don't believe love is a verb in the sense that we kind of use it sometimes. And there's the other one I want to talk about as well, that love hurts. Have you heard that? There's songs about, right, heartbreak and love hurts. There's even a song that's called Love Hurts. And so love hurts, love's painful. Well, if we step back for just a second, I just described, we talked about love at the very beginning, and I talked about how warm and comforting and how it just embodies your body and how you feel because of love. So how can that hurt? And if you're feeling that in your body, if you're feeling all that and you're feeling that goodness, how is it an action? Because if you're feeling it within you, you're not doing anything to generate or create the love. You're not having to actually do a task. You are envisioning what love is to you, and then you feel good with love. So is love a verb? Is love action? Does love hurt? Does it cause pain? Love really kind of grows in us, and love can heal all wounds. Love is something we feel within us. And when somebody tells us that they love us, we don't feel the love that they feel by saying that. We feel that love because now we believe that thought. We believe their words, so now we feel love. We can't give people the way that we feel. I can't tell people if I'm having pain or if I'm aching. I can't tell them this is how I'm feeling and have them feel it. And the same is true with love. I can't give it and say, well, this is how I'm feeling about you. This is the love I feel. Here, feel it. You have to feel it for yourself. When it comes to feeling love, we actually have to generate it within ourselves. We have to decide how we view love in our lives and what that looks like for us. When we go back to love as a verb, when we think of people doing things for us or doing something, for us, these tasks, what's interesting is that when we attach it to action, when we attach love to action, we start to kind of go down that road where we believe that if they do or do not do something, that they must not love us. So we put meaning behind those actions. So if somebody, buys us something and gives us something, maybe it's something that we don't want. We're like, well, you don't love me. You didn't listen to me. That's not what I wanted. You gave me something I didn't want. Because now we're saying these words in our head and we're believing it. And so now we're believing now love hurts because they gave us something we didn't want. So we didn't accept the way that they decided to love us. I think what really happens in this mismatch is that we decide how we want to be loved, and then we decide that people should love us the way we want to be loved. And I want to say that that thought hurts, but it's not the love that hurts. When we decide that if you don't do this thing, or if you don't do this act, or if you don't call me up, if you don't, care about me because you didn't do this, we start to give meaning to those actions that they do. And then that's when we get behind that thing that, right? Love is a verb, love is action. So if they don't do it, then they must not love us. Is that true? Have you ever done something in your life where somebody asked you to do something and you just didn't want to do it? Now, maybe your mom asked you when you were younger to do something and you didn't want to do it. Is that because you don't love your mom, or is that just because you didn't want to do the task? Most of the time, it's because you don't want to do the task. You don't want to do it. Like sometimes we don't want to do dishes. I don't like doing the dishes sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to take the garbage out. Sometimes I don't want to vacuum. Sometimes I want to clean my house. Sometimes I don't want to go grocery shopping. These are things I don't want to do sometimes, but I do them in my life. And sometimes I don't do them. But if somebody attached the act of me doing that or not doing that, whether I loved them or not, they would be wrong. They truly would be wrong, because the act is not because I love them or don't love them. It's because I don't want to do the task. And the same thing happens with anybody in our lives, right? Sometimes we don't want to do things, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to do things. And sometimes people give you a gift that you didn't want. That's true. Sometimes people do that. And you can say, well, that's not the gift that I wanted. And you can totally do that. And you can totally look at the person and decide that, well, maybe they gave me that gift because that's what they saw. That's how they show love to me. And maybe I'm ready to receive that. Maybe I want to receive that. Maybe I don't. So when we show our love to people, and let's say that they don't reciprocate it, or they don't, that is their choice not to. And that is okay if they don't. But my choosing to love somebody and continually to love somebody, that's on me. That's my choice, because I'm the one that feels it, right? I'm the one that generates that in my body. I generate love in my body based on what I believe or think about somebody else. And when we attach it to what they do and don't do, we start to have a disconnect in our relationships, because then it's connected on things that they do, on actions they take, on things outside of them, instead of them being who they are. Now, when we want deeper connections, when we start to connect with who they are, that they just are them, and I love them for being them, we get deeper connections, deeper love with the people in our lives. We see their little things that they do or don't do, and we see it as them being them. And we don't add meaning to it and decide that it means that they don't love us. We understand, and we can kind of look at it and go, oh yeah, I kind of get that. Sometimes I don't want to do this either. So when it comes to love, love is a verb, is not quite completely accurate. I don't believe it is. And I want to share with you kind of why I don't think that is. And then love hurts. I believe that love does not hurt, because if they do or don't do an action and then I get angry with them, I'm angry because I believe that because they didn't do something, that's where I'm getting that emotion. And first of all, I'm not feeling love, I'm feeling anger. So I'm not even feeling love during that time. So to say that love hurts, it's like, no, my meaning I put behind what they did or did not do, now it hurts. That's not love. That's me putting meaning to something. That's me deciding that. And then when I feel pain, then that's me feeling the pain. So when it comes to love, what I truly believe is when we decide to love all of us, like all of us inside of us, whatever it is that we are, however, all the things that we do wrong or do right, or whatever we do in our lives, right, our imperfections, when we decide to love all of us, then we show up and we do things based on how we feel inside with love. And then we just do. We just show up and we are. So our verb is us being love. We are love. We don't do it to prove that I love you or not. I don't do it to try to impress you or try to win you over. I do things because that's love to me. Like I feel that within me, and that's why I'm choosing it. So when we choose love based on it being something that is generated within us, and that's what we believe, and so we just become that, it's a very different energy than thinking, I've got to do this because if I don't, they might not think I love them. That's a very different energy. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm giving. This is how I am giving my love. This is what excites me. This is the part of who I am. And this is what I share with people. Whether or not they receive it or not, that's their choice. But this is just me being love. This is how I show up. And when we do that, then love never hurts. Because we don't attach that to whether or not it hurts or not hurts. We understand that they get to make the choices they make, and that's okay. And if we add meaning to those choices, then that's okay. Because love never hurts in us. If I'm feeling love, it's not hurting. It's love. It feels good. If I'm having a thought that they don't love me, that's my thought I'm having and I'm feeling hurt or anger, I'm feeling anger and hurt. I'm not feeling love. That's what I'm feeling. And when we get clear on those emotions and what's coming up for us when it comes to love, we start to cultivate love in our lives. We start to use it to become who we are and who we want to be and really show our true selves to the world. Because then we just show up and we just are. And when other people show up with their love and how they are, then we just see them and go, oh, that's how you are. That's how you show love. That's a beautiful thing. I love how you show love. When we make room for people to be who they are, it feels so good. Because there's not a critique. It's not a certain way. They have to do it this way or that way or this way or that. No, they're being them and we just love them. That's what I mean. Love feels so good. Love never hurts. Love isn't a verb. Love is you being you. And that's all you need to do is be you. And the more you own yourself and the more you understand that this is who I am, the more the world opens up to you. The more other people, the way that they are, they open up to you because you accept and love all of you. And it makes it easier for you to accept and love other people wherever they're at in this world. So love heals everything. Love feels good. And I want to wish you nothing but love this week and the weeks to come. Take care of you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.